Hey crafters, it's me Jen Evers with Quality Crafts and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing Monday Me Time. So basically that's time for me to just give you a video of something that I'm creating or a technique or just something cool in the paper crafting world. And today what I want to do is make some cards using people's photographs. So I've got a ton of photographs of flowers from my yard, but I was looking through Facebook and I found some other ones that have come from other people whom I have their permission to use. So one, Chris Dayton sent me this, or let me use this one. This one comes from Sue Vise, the one on the right. I'm sorry my camera is blinking. I'm not sure. Hopefully that'll settle down. And then I've got a few more over here. So I've got some, I don't know what these ones are, but Buffy Burnside took these. Aren't they stunning? And then Nora Bowden let me use this bouquet photograph that she took. And I have a Canon 72 or 7500 printer, and I think they turned out pretty fab, actually. Some of these, most of these right now today have been printed, penny printed for me. And then all of these came from Sue Vise. She just snaps pictures around when she walks, and there are all kinds of stunning flowers in this, but I don't know how many I'll get to. I do want to let you know how I kind of came about doing this though. So what I did first of all was to decide what kind of card did I want to make. Now these are 4x6s, so it's going to be longer than that 5.5. So I decided I would just make them into easel cards. And so an easel card is just a regular card with one side folded in half. And then I made them both ways, obviously, one the long way and one the short way. You'll see that as we go, so that the picture can sit up like this. So people can display them. It's not a card that you want hidden in a drawer, right? Because the artistic creation of the flowers and just the photograph itself just is so worthy of being seen. So I'm going to put them on like that. Once they fold down, they are going to be a little bit longer, but I feel like I have some envelopes that these are totally going to fit in, so I'm not worried about that. If you are, just crop some off the top and the bottom and the sides, whatever you have to do to make them fit. But I'm just going to do this however I want. The next step I did was just look at the colors of my flowers and pick out some backdrops, because I might want to cut them down and put something behind them. So I've got a white, a couple of greens, a black, a couple, I thought I did 2 reds. Yeah, 2 reds that are more of a burgundy. One's more of a red, one's more of like a deeper brown. And then I've got a yellow and a pink. And a lot of these just look so pretty on that colorful background. See how it makes that pop? And this pink is so cute, would look so good with that, to bring that pop of pink out. So we'll see as we go. I didn't decide on everything because I rarely do. So I'm going to just see how many cards I get into today and hope you guys have fun right along with me. And right now, while I'm thinking of it, if you guys are new to my channel and you think this is a really cool idea, you maybe want to peruse some of the other videos that I have, click subscribe, and pretty soon we'll be able to have you subscribe a different way, and hopefully it will be more trustworthy than the way we have now. A lot of people set their alarm on their phones and things just because they don't always get notified. So let's see. I kind of want to start out with one of these. So I'm going to start out with this tall one from Chris Dayton. And that picture just turned out so well. And I have that burgundy paper that I really want to put behind it. But which one? Which one do I want to use? So let's pull out the other one, because they're both just a little bit different. That one pulls out a little bit more of the red. That one is a little bit more brown. I really think that this one looks the best. And so I'm going to do a little bit of trimming on these. Not a lot though. Some of them I really want that white outline, so we'll see how we go with those. But for this one, I am going to trim off the white. And then just so it's a little bit more perfectly centered, I'm going to cut off just a little piece off of that side. Maybe just a tiny bit more. That looks pretty good. And then that one's going to go on a tall one because it's going to go straight up and down. Let me show you what I mean by one that goes on by the side. So here's another one of them. This one's going to go on this way, so obviously I'll be, chopping some off. But it'll go sideways like this one. Okay. I haven't done a lot of thought to what's going to go on underneath here, but I have a feeling it'll probably be something cute like a little flower or whatever, and then just leave that space for a sentiment if I'm not finding another place that I like better. So this one is going to be very, very close to size, so we might not have any problem with this one at all. But I do need to cut this down. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that down to a regular card size. It'll be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So we will just have a little bit of an outline, not a whole lot. And I'm going to go ahead and make that outline just even a little bit smaller. Just a tiny bit more. And we will have it. There we go. Just a small red border around that whole thing. You could get really caught up in these and add all kinds of different things. Like if you want to go ahead and add laces and just get into the whole mixed media of it, would be just stunning, so beautiful. But it's totally up to you how you want to do it. So I'm going to try to make my white border around pretty much the same size. So I'm just going to put some tape here, just on that bottom half, so it doesn't stick to the whole thing. And voila. I mean, isn't that just stunning? You don't have to really add anything to that. I got a little piece of hair stuck there. Just gonna have to cut it right off. And so what we'll need is, we'll need a little stopper, like maybe a button or something, and then a sentiment down here. But for right now, I'm gonna just start loading up my cards, I think. I'm gonna do 4 of them, since I have 4 ready. And I really, really want to do this one, because this is one of Sue Vise's, and it's so artful. I mean, that stunning old bike with these little pink flowers. What a perfectly timed photo. And I do think I want something to go around the background, so I'm going to cut off that white. It'll give it a little bit more sturdiness. So I wonder, do I want to go bold pink or light pink? Like, even the bold pink makes those pop. Versus I think the light pink might actually wash it out, but let's look at it. So that one, versus that one. I wish my camera would stop blinking. I don't know why it's doing that. I think I'm going to go bright pink. Let's see if I've got a cutter that's nearby. Nope. Ooh, I could do a double. I could do a double one with that pink and that white. Look at that. That actually might work out really well. That's super cute. How tall would that make that? Quite a bit taller. That's okay though. I think that's what I want. This bottom part is just a tiny bit wider than the other one, so I'm going to take a smidgen off of that one. And then I'm just going to match this up with the corner that's not frayed and see how much I need to cut off on that angle. Just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and cut what I have there and then try it out again. And just a little bit more cut off there. Sometimes it's hard to tell when there's a lot hanging off the edge. That looks pretty darn good. We'll go with that. You know those sentiments that have like the rectangle around them? I really, really wanted to use that set here, and I used to have one, but I don't know where it went since we moved. It's like it's just disappeared, and I haven't been able to get another one yet. So there we go. And then same with this one, although it's going to fit on the whole portion here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the whole way around, just on the bottom half. We don't want our card sticking to the top or it won't be displayed, it'll just be stuck down. And I go so that it covers anything. If the bottom here is not equal, I go until it covers up both sides, both sides of that fold, because I don't want like extra white hanging off the edge. That's pretty. I can see that sitting on the table at my mom's. Actually, she puts it in her big bay window. That would be so cool. I put that on a little crooked, didn't I? That's okay. That's alright. It's a homemade card. Okay, so we have two of them right now. We did two of the tall ones. Let's do two of the wide ones. And it doesn't take much, you guys, because they're just basically, that is the focal point. Your photography, or the photography of your friends who are allowing you to use your stuff. So Nora Bowden, I'm doing a whole bunch of Sue Vise, so I'm going to skip this one. But this one, I think, yep, this is a wide one. This one is from Buffy Burnside. Both of these, so one of them is, we just blew it up. Maybe she blew it up. I'm like trying to find where it was in this picture. But anyway, I'm thinking, wouldn't it be cool if I fussy cut around this one and popped it up on there somehow? Or made this the holder. I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and start this one. And it's a little bit wider, obviously, because it's 6 instead of 5.5. So I am going to have to cut this one down a little bit. But what do I want behind that one? Maybe we should go light pink with this one. I think the yellow is going to be too much. Too much. Because there's Yeah, I think that's just too crazy. It's got a yellow center, which is really pretty, but I think this is really overbearing, this yellow. Let's cut off the white and see if I still feel that same way. Oh, I almost got it perfect without even trying. It actually is. It's going to fit right on there. So I'm going to want to do a background. So all I have to do is just cut a little bit more off. Now I like these flowers and there's not a lot going over here, so I'm going to do my cutting from this left side. So this is where this one's going to go. That's so pretty. You know what? I might be able to fit two. I just really like that. But let's see if I can find a pastel pink or yellow. Let's try this one. Oh, there we go. That pops out that little bit of yellow. Do you see that in the photo? And then we'll do pink behind it. So let's go ahead. This will help me with the cutting. Again, this one is from Buffy Burnside. So thank you, ladies, for giving me permission to use your photography. I just think this is so stunning. Maybe you don't even have to think about it because it's so pretty. And the reason why I'm just using this to cut is because I don't have to get up and go use the big cutter. So we're just going to do it this way. Make sure we've got enough on that side. Yeah, just enough. That one's crooked, so let's go ahead and even that out. Pretty close, and they're going to go this way. So we could leave that with the white, or we could add a pink. And I'm thinking, you know what, let's add the pink. I think that would be so pretty. And I would like it to be 4 1/4. Hold on a sec. Where did I put that? Is it going to be 4 1/4? That's going to be quite a bit. Well, I'm just going to do it 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 so that it matches this. There won't be any extra white, but that's okay. And I need to go and get a longer trimmer for that, so I'll be right back. That is super cute. Is that how we want it? I think so. I think so. Now you could go ahead and do the edges, like either a scissor or a distress tool, and distress the edges, or like I said, you know, add all kinds of things. You could add sequins and fun things. I'm just going to let my photographs speak for themselves. But, man, you could just go nuts with these. And any way you do it, it's going to be gorgeous. So, again, glue on the bottom half so you don't glue your card flat down. And then those over the edge. Make sure they line up. And then that one's going to stand up just like that. So pretty. And you can ink the edges and all that kind of stuff too. Super fancy. You can get just crazy fancy if you want to. So I'm thinking putting this one down here Which way would this one go? I think probably it's supposed to go this way. I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and cut around that. I have them saved to my computer, so if down the road I wanted to go ahead and make another one, or if some of the ladies that borrowed me their, or gave me permission to use their photographs want one, you can either have one of the cards that I've already made, or I can make another one for you. Just let me know. So this could go here, or it could go here, popped up right in the middle. Would that be pretty? I kind of wanted to use it down here, but I don't have a real lot of space, do I? Because if I pop it up, it would be the stopper, and then I could put a sentiment over here. I think what I'm not liking about it is the green background. I'm going to fussy cut that a little closer. Now that I have to work at 4 o'clock in the morning, I have to go to bed a lot earlier than I normally do. But I miss when I have to do pre-recorded videos like this. I miss getting your input while I'm doing them. Otherwise, it's just me sitting here talking to myself. It doesn't seem like it to you, but because you're watching me right now. So I'm going to lose a little bit of the detail. I just have to be okay with that. I think you can hear Coda sniffing in the background if you listen real quiet. Yeah, I like that better without that green background. So I could put it down there, but you know what? I like it blown up and popped up from there. I'm going to put it this way. That's the way it looks best to me. And I'm going to go 2 layers up because I just feel like one isn't quite enough. So 1 and 2. Also, back to what I was talking about, I have to feed Coda again at 5, which is when this should be up and live. And I can't miss that, obviously. So how pretty is that? Coming right out at you. I think we should make this a 2-part series, don't you? I'm going to end this and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how I do the bottom parts. That way I can take a little bit more time. Find that darn one, because I'm not going to be happy if I can't use the one that I'm looking for. Now, I totally love these scenery ones from Sue Vise, even though she's got these gorgeous... Oh, all these pictures are so pretty. You know what I really need to do? I really want to do one with the yellow. Isn't that pretty? Because look, I've got that bright yellow right here. How cool is that? Yeah. I'm going to leave a little bit of that white border, but I'm going to cut this one at the regular size so it goes around. I think I'm going to have to. Let's see if this one is... How many inches wide is this? It's 5. So we will have a little bit of space. So maybe 5 1/4 instead of 5 1/2. No, because I'm going to have the white around it. Let's cut it and see how that's going to work. Sometimes you just have to cut it and see what happens. So I'm going to make it pretty small, that white border, just because I want to be able to add the yellow. don't think this cuts the most ultimate straight line. Either that or it's user error. Because I feel like I'm getting really crooked lines on here. I have to just let it go. So yeah, if I do that, I'm definitely gonna have to make it 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 and give up one of the yellow or one of the white trims that I wanted. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna cut this one down. And I'm saving all of the papers that I'm not using because I'm going to probably come back to this and make more. So there's the actual size of it. Now if you wanted to cut this off, put this to the top and put your sentiment across the bottom, you could. There's just so many ways you can do this. I'm just doing them a simple way. I already gave you reasons why, but if there's some of you guys who are beginners, this will be the easiest way to do it. If some of you guys are out there that are like intermediate, advanced, and you're like, oh, that's a really cool idea, I can run with that, run with it. You do you. But I'm going to put this right in the center like that, and then I'm going to put it on this card. It's going to take up the whole thing, so I am going to tape the whole thing. And then line these up. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. They're all pretty. Like, how could you just pick one, right? So let me put out all 4 of the ones that I did. Those pretty? Yes, they are fantastic. And I want to say thank you to all of the gals that let me use their photos. So give me just 1 second so I can make sure that I don't forget somebody, because knowing me, I probably would. So thank you very much, Buffy Burnside, for the peony. And Nora Bowden, I didn't use yours on here today, but it's this one, and I will use it because it's fantastic. I just had to pick and choose. So I'll maybe be doing that on the next round. So watch for part 2. This will be a series. And then, and I might throw in like a fancy card where I add in a bunch of mixed media. So stay tuned for that one next Monday. Also, Chris Dayton for this one. And Sue Vise for all of the ones she sent me, and I'll be using more of those as well. I also have one that might have been from maybe Cher Brown. I can't remember, but it's a lily, an orange lily. My grandparents used to have those all across the front of their house, and I didn't like them back then as a kid, but now I think they're stunning. So these 4, we have them all prepped and gorgeous, and I've given you some ideas on how to do it. Next week, we will, I'm going to find that darn stamp set if it kills me. We're going to make the sentiments on here, and then I'm going to show you some more upgraded ideas, maybe some things you hadn't thought of before, hopefully, and then we'll do just a little fancier version of the card, more than what I've done here today. So that'll give me something to look forward to, something to turn around in my brain and get excited about, as well as you, I hope, and I hope that you'll enjoy. You enjoyed this one, and that you'll join me for the next one. Don't forget, our next sale will be July 3rd. I know that's on vacation for some of you guys, but if you want to rewatch it after festivities, let us know. That's not a problem. What else do I need to tell you about? Still doing 1 in 10 by Jen, from Mailbox to Masterpiece, on Wednesdays at 5 until I hit number 200. So keep on the lookout for that one. I think we're in the late 80s, so there might be like 10 or 12 more. So if you like that sort of thing, go into my archives and also find the 5-minute cards, because those are super fun as well. And until then, I cannot wait to see you guys next video.